in today's video, we are sharing a look at Scarlett Rose Crafts Pearly Pages collection. Now these are brand new and they create this open nested book, beautiful memory keepsake for you to proudly display and also to give away to your family, friends, and loved ones. So we have the Pearly Pages. This is the base spine with the the base with the spine design, and then we have the rose fancy and butterfly fancy trellis dies. So we are going to open these up and do a little bit of die cutting and show you how this whole collection works. So I've taken out the book dies, so the base book dies, and along with the spine dies, which are trellis, which let me show you, because you get all these dies and you're like, I don't know what they do. Okay. So here are our first nesting dies. So this is the book base, and we have just the rectangle, but then we also have the scalloped edge. So you get those dies as well. And you can create different layers with these and mix and match, and each of them has just a little tiny marking here so that you know where to burnish your line so that you can kind of get some curl to your page. Now when I first saw all of these dies, I thought that this was like a memory book collection or like a mini album, but it is an open book die set. So it's really fun when you put it together because it just makes a nice display, a nice alternative to a traditional card. So we have all of these dies and you can mix and match, and again, you line up your dies, your die cuts, with that little etching in the die design right there. So it's super easy. I'm going to show you how to do that. So along with that, we also get some spine dies, so two sizes. So we get the outline die and the trellis die, so really nice. And then we get some beautiful ovals here to make a little oval, a decorative oval. There we go. And those fit on the pages, which you will see in just a bit, the different combinations that you can do. This die set is really versatile. There's so much that you can do with this set, and I just threw my die across my craft mat. And these are some gorgeous like flourish corner dies. So you can use those also on the corners of your pages, just like that, add a fancy little factor to it. And then, so those are the dies in that, and this one in the Pearly Pages book and spine collection set there. But then we also have the butterflies, and when you see these cut out, these are just pages ready to go. You run them through your machine. They're a little bit intricate, so you might need a run it through a few times to make sure that it cuts properly. And also you're gonna need a large format die cutting machine. I'm gonna be using a Big Shot Plus. And then this one is the butterflies. Ooh, I had those backwards. They're in the wrong packaging. Let me switch those or else somebody's gonna get really confused back at the office. So I can move this aside for now. Put that on this side, and let me show you the different combinations of books that you can make. And again, these are open books. Okay, so here I have used the Pearly Pages nesting dies. So I've used the two scalloped edges, the two scalloped dies. So that one and that one. And you can see you just layer it on top of there. Then you could die cut the ovals. So you can die cut a decorative oval there, and also the trellis. So there's two options. Again, like I mentioned, there's two sizes of trellis spine dies. And yeah, so you could use this one. There we go. That looks lovely. Or you can add, if you grab the larger outline die, which would be this one. So you could add that underneath, and then you could even swap that out, and that fits a lot nicer. It's really up to you. Like I said, this die set is so versatile. There's so many things you can do, and you get such a nice display, an open book display. So let's do a little bit of die cutting and show you how this all comes together. So here is my Sizzix Big Shot Plus. This is a large format machine, so it fits cardstock that is A4 sized and also dies that are A4 sized. So I'm going to start off with the largest die in the Pearly Pages book and spine set. So let me grab my A4 sized cardstock. I'm going to be using the white. So there's my white piece of cardstock, and we're just going to run that through. Now what's really cool about this collection is that you can mix and match your dies, especially the spine dies. So if you want to straight off the bat add your spine die, you can. So you're gonna have to grab the smaller of the spine dies. There we go. And you can center that right in the middle. There's a little, oh, you can't see that, sorry. So there it is, right here. You can center your trellis die, your spine trellis die, right there, and then run it through your machine. So I'm just running my finger over the trellis design here to get some of that fallout right out of my die cut. So there it is, and this is what you get. And you can see, I don't know if you can see the little markings there, so that way you know exactly where to burnish your line so that your pages can fold open like realistically. So let us clean this mess up and move on to the next die. So next I have some more cardstock here, and I want to use this gorgeous scallop border. So we're going to run this through one more time. And what I love is that these dies are nested, so you can easily layer them. There's no guessing work. You don't have to worry about measurements. These are going to layer perfectly. And I'm also going to grab this scalloped oval here, and I think it fits at the bottom, so I can get my little oval in there as well onto my cardstock. There is my scalloped edge, and that lines up nicely right there. You can see the markings on your die cut of where you'll need to burnish these lines, which I will show you how to do in just a bit. So next I'm grabbing this pattern paper here, and then I have this nesting die, which is the middle-sized rectangle. So that's going to give me a mid-sized page that will layer nicely with my smaller scallop die set. Now what I love about these outline dies, the base page dies, is that they're squared off, and maybe you don't like that squared look, but you have the option of keeping the squared look, or you can get a corner punch if you have that in your stash and round off your edges. So I'm really thankful that Barbara Scarlett thought of that to keep them keep the corners just straight like a rectangle, because then you can always have that option of cornering your dies with a corner punch. So here is this layer, and then I can put this one on this side, or I can do it on this side, either or. Maybe layer that there all together, and then maybe add this spine die right on top. It's such a versatile set. You can do lots of mixing and fun matching. And I thought I had a different oval here, which maybe I die cut previously to save time. So then I can just top that there. Maybe add this one. Ooh, I can flip that over. There's so many different combinations of things that you can do with this set. So I'm going to die cut one more of my smaller scalloped edges. So pretty, and you can even do 2 at a time. But I'm just gonna do this one here, roll that through. I love the pattern, the rose pattern on this paper pad, so cute. So here is one more design for us to add to our pile here of gorgeous die cuts. So we can put that there. Look at that, so cute. Next, I'm gonna die cut the smallest page design. So I'm just gonna put that there. I'm loving just running these dies through my die cutting machine and getting all these die cuts, and then you can just have fun mixing and matching all of the pieces, all of the layers, and creating different looks. And I'm sure as you're watching me, you are getting some ideas of your own. Ooh, that's stunning. So that would be really nice here as well. Or you can just have a nice mat and layer there. Completely up to you. I'm loving all the variety, and I don't know, I literally do not know where I want to put this. Maybe I want to swap that out there. That looks good too. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to do another one just because I really fell in love with this look. Gorgeous. And then I have a spine die somewhere here that I've die cut. There's one. So I can put that there for a nice simple look. So next I want to show you these die sets. Gorgeous. So this is a butterfly design and this is a rose design. You probably cannot see them very well on camera because of the pink mat, but when I put that with my previous page die here, look at that. These line up perfectly and you can create a gorgeous card. Now all of these dies coordinate, so you'll see that if I grab this one, so this is the middle-sized page die. So if I grab that one, this fits perfectly with this die there. So you get that gorgeous, intricate butterfly coming through and it fits that page perfectly. And then you can put this here. That can be one combination, but I really love the previous look we had going on. So we will commit to this one. That one is staying, and we will find another page for our butterfly design. But for now, I'm loving this. And I don't want to forget about the gorgeous corner dies that we have included in the set. So these can go here on this corner. Look at that, gorgeous. Absolutely stunning, and you can die cut 4, so one on each side, one on each corner, sorry, to really embellish your page. If you want to leave out the scalloped page, if you want, you can do that as well, and just have these corner dies right here, these little flourishes on the corner. Sorry, you would die cut it like that. So one there, so many options. Now before I start gluing everything down, we want to burnish our pages just so that they have that curl to them to get that nice open book effect. So what we're gonna do is remove each layer carefully. So like I mentioned earlier, each of these die cuts has just a little indentation there, and that is from the design, the die in the design in the die, sorry. And that will show us where we need to burnish our lines. Now for this part, you can use either a scoreboard or you can use a straight edge ruler with a little ball stylus and just run it right from line to line. I'm gonna use a scoreboard just because I'm more comfortable with the scoreboard. So we're just going to line up our design. And you don't have to worry about where you place your cardstock. You just wanna make sure that you line up that little indentation there, that little tiny score line. And we're just going to go straight down. Easy peasy. So just make sure that your paper is lined up to a score line, and then we're going to score straight down. And that gives us that open book effect. And then we're just going to repeat the process with all of our layers. I've burnished all of my lines, and now it's time to just glue everything together. Now, of course, the best part is designing all of your pages, so covering them. You can do a little stamp sentiment here. You can add a photo on this side, create a gorgeous keepsake to give away, or create a birthday card. It's just so fun, and I'm going to keep it simple today because I ended up having more books than I thought, more open books than I thought I would, but that's all right. So we're just going to put a little adhesive here. And we're gonna glue that there. The adhesive is gonna come out on the other side just a little bit, but I'm not worried about it because this adhesive dries clear. So we're just going to line this up, make sure that is straight. So this is what that looks like glued together. And then we have this one to add, this layer. I'm just gonna center that there, right in the middle. And again, like I mentioned, this is a really nice alternative to a card, but it's still really easy to make. It's a quick and easy card to make. Once you have all of these layers die cut, you can whip these out quickly and easily. So we have our page there for our sentiment. So there's our first one glued. I can set that aside, and then I'm gonna grab this one, which is my favorite. Ooh, I forgot to add the trellis, everybody. Nobody told me, nobody tried to stop me. Okay, so we're just gonna go add that trellis all the way across from top to bottom, or you can use a smaller trellis and just have it from this point to that point, or you can use the larger one. Either design would look really nice. This is a great alternative if you've been wanting to get into mini albums, but you don't actually want to make a whole mini album. You just want to maybe present somebody a quick open book kind of display, a memory keepsake for them. And it's super easy to make really quick when you have these dies. So here are my open book pages, gorgeous. And now what you can do is add some pearls. Now the pearls I'm using are, they're not actually pearls, they're enamel dots from the Riverbank collection from Crafters Consortium. But you can just grab some of these pearls, add them to the corners. Super easy. Here's a sentiment die cut that says birthday wishes, and I had this in my stash, so I'm just going to glue that there. And this would be such a beautiful card to receive. It looks like you've taken a really long time because of the book format, but as you saw for yourself, it's really quick and easy. I hope this video has inspired you to make your own open book designs, and you can get the Scarlett Rose Crafts Pearly pages on craftstash.co.uk.